Hello, my name is Shuttleya. Welcome back for another episode of the Red Galaxy. And in previous episode, we finally went outside our new home system that has been our home for almost 5 decades now. And we already explored, or partially explored, 2 of the systems. St. Petersburg, we've already started doing the jump point surveys there a little bit. We haven't found another jump point yet. Doesn't mean that there's none in there, but so far we haven't been lucky. I mean, we've only surveyed like a handful of them. Looks like 4. Or maybe 5. Yeah, it's actually 5. But yeah, nothing massive there so far. In Moscow, we've found some pretty good asteroids and comets there. But other than that, nothing massive yet. We've gone through some of the, or at least one of the gas giants. But that's about it, really. I mean, at least on that one. Over here, we've gone through some of the asteroids. But we'll probably find something useful. Now, we did send in the Explorer, or Exploration 2 fleet back to Kazakhstan to refuel, resupply, and overhaul. And then we'll send it back once it's done with that. There we go. That didn't take too long. So, Exploration 2. Movement, I'm going to go back to St. Petersburg and continue surveying. Oh, research completed. We got the small cryogenic transport and we started on the maintenance support per facility upgrade there, so that's good. We do have 4 researchers going at the same time here, and we should be able to get... Hold on, the next one is going to be the missile warhead strength. That's going to be still over a year from now. So not getting anything too important right now. We are improving our mining and construction factory, or construction capacities. Then we'll do a little bit sensors over there. And what I might actually do is get some more components. We haven't made any new engines, but we could probably get some of these jump drives. Get 2 of these. And we'll also get some... Actually, we'll get some tractor beam as well. Like 2 for now, but... After this, we'll probably start going through some more of the, or improving our construction capabilities and such. We'll want to get some of these things as quickly as possible. Go out again. Ooh. Jump point detected. That was in St. Petersburg. Also, we found some minerals in Moscow. One of the asteroids has some... Nothing massive, though. It's about maybe 15,000... tons of resources, something like that. But let's go shoot. Ooh, that jump point is rather close to the one that we used, which means that we'll be able to explore that soon enough. That is good to know. We'll see how much we can actually... Ooh. Ah, we got another ship. Let's go back to New Sol, and over here, shipyard. Please, so we'll just make up another, or create another fleet here, so Exploration 3. And that in there, and what this is going to do, you guessed it, it's going to go through the jump point number 3. We'll see what we'll find there. I mean, actually, we're right next to it. And it's going to be rather quick. Ooh. Interesting. That is basically the system already, so it has asteroid belt over there, so it actually doesn't seem to be a particularly large system at all. If we have a look at the distance, about 3 billion-ish across. Not too shabby. But certainly very easy to travel. Now I wonder, do they have any... Volgograd? Okay, so... We've got some gas giants. We've got only 5 planets, but 43 moons. And most of those moons are on that one planet. Actually, no, I think there might be some... oh, right, there's probably some Georgians going after the gas giant or before. Which means that they are technically counted as moons, even though they are asteroids. Interesting, but none of these seem to be particularly colonizable. So I don't think we'll be finding any ruins or anything like that here. But yeah, those asteroids and those asteroids are probably counted as moons as well. Right, but you do need to get some standing orders. So what you are going to be doing is survey nearest body and survey location, refuel once at 50%. Actually, you know what? Well, no, we'll go with the refuel. We may need to catch some of these manually. Let's actually have a look at our logistics report. Okay, so the first one is rather high on deployment time. It's a decent bit of fuel. We'll probably need to send it back. So, Exploration 1. What are your orders right now? Actually, what is your history? Were you refueling recently? No, not really. You just have been surveying so long that you haven't had to move much around. Which means that you don't have a massive problem with the fuel. Yeah, once you research that, I want you to go back there. I presume you are also including Lagrange points. And then you're just gonna refuel, resupply, and overhaul. The rest of these still have a decent bit of deployment time available. Right, I could build more ships of course, but I think I'm gonna let some of these components be made first, or completed first before I start doing that. I could, I suppose, set up a extra slipway for this. It should not interfere with the ship production, so probably should have done that sooner then. Jump point detected in St. Petersburg. Let's have a look at whereabouts is that. Ooh, it's over there. So these are rather close group up over here. Interesting. So where's the... So all the planets are over here basically. And there's the secondary star that is orbiting over there. But that planet is basically the one that we can maybe colonize. I suppose if we get strong enough deep space tracking stations in there, we can keep track on all of these jump points from there. It might not be the easiest thing to do, but it's most certainly possible. Oh, hold on a minute. You're heading back, so what I'm going to do is... Oh yeah, you're a bit low on fuel. You don't have a massive amount of deployment time, quite frankly, but you could do some maintenance. So what I'm going to do is resupply and then begin overhaul. Then we'll give you the orders again. Oh, and the Exploration 1 is currently undergoing overhaul. Should be done soon. There we go. So Exploration 1... You got decent training already. That's good to know. Go back to Moscow and keep doing what you do. How is the... Red Star 3? Okay, so you currently have 40% deployment time. That's not too bad. Let's have a quick look at the Volvo. Have we found anything? Oh. Actually, mineral text. It's going to be a bit easier to read. So the innermost planet has almost 15 million tons of uranium, 0.9 accessibility. That's brilliant. We've got some tritanium, boronite, vendorite, and pretty good uridium there as well. And we've got some boronite on the planet 2 and on one of the asteroids we found some gallicite. We actually... I don't think we found a lot of gallicite still, have we? Maybe Moscow. Well, no, some of the asteroids have a little bit, but nothing too major. Oddly enough, we haven't found any minerals on the planet in Moscow. Let's actually have a quick look at the ages of these systems. So, Moscow is 5 years old. 5. Then our home system is 4. The older they are, the less resources they usually have. So Petersburg is 8. Volocrat is 6. Alright, then let's actually have a look at the galactic map. Right, and still opens it to the wrong screen. Okay, we got... Well, I mean, it's still very simple, but later on it's gonna start being a bit more convoluted. Anyway, so the Mark III completed... Oh right, that was the Explorer one that completed overhaul. I did give them orders to go to Moscow though, so that shouldn't be an issue. Research completed. We got the missile warhead strength. I'm now getting the box launcher explosion chance a tiny bit. And now the Explorer 2 has completed overhaul, so we can send that one back to St. Petersburg. Should get there soon enough. We may find a bit more of the... what's it called? Jump points. Right, research completed on the research speed. Excellent. So now we've got 2 labs available. I think we may actually want to get the max engine size now. Because we always still have the max size of 25, and that's not going to be enough for the ships that we'll be making soon enough. Or eventually. That actually reminds me. We should probably set up a... Well, once we started working on these, we'll set up the commercial shipyard, so just so that we can start getting the targets. And actually, I suppose what we could start doing is thinking about the containers. So let's create a new ship class. Not going to be ammunition transport. Instead, it's going to be colony ship. Probably change the name later on, but we'll let it be for now. So it's going to be no armor. And I suppose we don't need to worry about the deployment time, do we? Not massively anyway, so some cryogenic transports. How much can they carry? It's 10,000 per berth. Now, hold on, these are rather large. We'll probably go for... Actually, is the small one... Okay, so 25,000 would still be well within the 10,000 or 10 kiloton range. So we'll get shuttle bays. Maybe get 2 of them. It doesn't need fuel. Actually, well, it's gonna need engineering bay, so we can't really remove that. On the other hand, if we go for a little smaller on these, if we don't have the small ones, for example. Now, I'm just trying to think, could I get it to like 750 or maybe... It's gonna be a bit limited on what I can do. I can go below 600 tons, or 6,000 tons. So if I take that one away... I suppose, actually, I do want to have some rudimental sensors in these. At least the passive sensors. You know what, I could even put in the radars in there. Now, it does increase the build time a little bit, but it's not too bad. I mean, we'll be building these with our industry anyway. So let's see, it has 1 cargo shuttle bay. It can carry 20,000 colonists. That's not too bad. It doesn't need engines. It does have some sensors. Technically, it doesn't need engineering or anything like that, but I suppose for the heck of it, I could set up at least 1 more there, and max repair is 100, so let's set up a small maintenance storage bay there. Is there anything else that I could set up? Not necessarily. I mean, this is close enough to 6,000 tons anyway, so it doesn't matter too much with the speed. Again, it's not massive capacity. On the other hand, I'm kind of tempted to set up, like, go for closer to 10,000 tons instead and set up at least 1 more of these. And how many small ones could we fit in there? Quite a few, especially if we take away that, well, if we take away that one, then it's still not going to be enough. What about if we take that one away, put in one more small, and then put in some small maintenance storage base? It's probably way too much, but... The fighter, okay, that's 3 tons. But yeah, they don't need fuel, not these colony ships anyway. But that would be basically 10 kilotons. It can repair stuff, although it probably doesn't need to. Or if it gets hit, it's probably gonna get destroyed anyway. Build cost is 500, but it can carry 36,000 colonists per container. Let's rename this. And then what? It's 36k as the colonist capacity. And these don't actually need a massive amount of upgrades either, so once we have a design like this, we can basically use it forever. Because yeah, even if we improve the armor, I don't think it's gonna have much effect on the structural shell size. Maybe the sensors at some point, but I mean, even these sensors are maybe a bit overkill for something that is gonna be moving around without engines, or not moving around at all without touch, rather. But with these we can start setting up, actually, well... I wonder... How much could we get a cargo container then? So if we have a new ship class, so cargo ship, and then well, it's gonna have that. It doesn't need fuel. It's gonna need bridge because it is going to have a fair bit, but no armor required. So cargo hold. I shall get the shuttle bay there ready, so I don't need to worry about that too much. So I'll go with standard cargo hold. Ooh, right, the standard cargo holds are a bit larger than I remembered. It's 25,000. Well, yeah, it needs to be 25,000 tons. Okay, so we'll get small ones instead. The small ones can carry, like, minerals or something like that, relatively easy. So if we have that, I suppose you fit in some tiny ones as well. How close can we get to... It's getting rather close. But we can't... If we set up on one more, then that goes over the limit. Okay, but that would be 9,000 tons. So especially for mineral transport, these are going to be adequate. For the most part, anyway. Right, so over here, if we set up another engineering bay over there, for example. Oh, right, and I probably want to have the sensors over here as well. And the radar. And then we can set up some small maintenance storage bay there. We'll set up a second one. Is there anything else over here that we could do? I mean, other than maybe increasing the deployment time. Actually, that's the thing that we could probably do over here. If we increase that to 4, no, that takes too far. Is there something that we could then maybe take out of this? If we take away one of these, they would be 35,000 instead, so let's rename this to 35,000. That's a bit closer to an even number. Like 2 of these will be then 70,000 people per trip. Which is not too bad, but yeah, if we take that one away and increase the deployment time to like... Oh, right, we can actually get the deployment times all the way up if we want to. Although, it's going to increase the cost quite a bit. Let's see, at 3-month deployment time it's 495.5. If we go for, I don't know, 5 years, it's 30 extra points. So it's not actually that massive increase. I suppose we don't really need that, do we? Go for 3. So let's think about this. If we want to have... Oh, you know what? Let's put back the... Oh, right, because we got multiples of these. So if we place in the small cryogenic transport back, And then if we increase to 4, that's an extra month. It doesn't increase the cost much. I mean, technically it does increase it a little bit, but not too massive, I suppose. And then we can just rename that back to what it was. Okay, so the cargo ship will probably keep the deployment time relatively small as well. Although over here, let's see, if we increase that to 4, 5, 6, 6 would be right about 10 kilotons. So we can rename this to... kiloton, and it has 9 kiloton capacity. Right, that should be alright. So now we have 2 container types that we can start building, and the cargo containers are of course much cheaper to make. And we're going to use them probably a lot more anyway. But we do want to have eventually one that has carry capacity of exactly 1 medium or 1 standard cargo hold. But we don't necessarily need them right now. Right, but anyway, I'm probably done with that for a quick moment. So we still need to set up the... No, we set out the research already. Logistics doesn't have anything queued up. Let's actually have a quick look. I mean, I suppose we could start setting up some of the ground... Ooh. We don't have any ground combat researchers, so we won't be able to do that. I mean, we can, but not necessarily the best idea. You know what? Boat Bay might not be a bad idea. I'll add that to the queue, especially if we want to get the carriers at some point. We do need those. Orbital habitat module wouldn't be bad in the long run, but not necessarily a priority at this point. At some point I do want to have emergency cryogenic transport for, like, for example the carrier or something like that, that can then, if need be, rescue some crewmen from a exploration vessel or something like that. Let's actually have a quick look at going back to the... So how much does the Mark II have crew? 114. We probably need like several of the emergency ones to actually save all the crew members. I mean, I don't think all of them would survive a crash ship, so probably doesn't need to be taken into account then. Right, but anyway, let's get going again. So over here in Moscow... Oh, did we find something in the... one of the planets here? Oh, we have. Sorium, over 1.8 million sorium and 0.9 accessibility. That's pretty good. Some neutronium, mercasium and uridium there. And on this one, uranium, mercasium, vendera and corundium. 130,000, 0.9 accessibility. Okay, so that's definitely a place that we want to colonize. And so far we haven't had any encounters with aliens. We haven't had a massive amount of places where they could have been anyway, so I suppose that's no real surprise. Oh, and the one that was researching the magazine stuff has retired. So missiles and kinetics. We do have a replacement. So create project, and what else were we doing? I think we didn't... Oh no, we did have the reload rate. So add to the queue, and I might actually get the... Oh, you know what? I'm going to start getting the ghost weapon stuff so we can start designing some rudimentary anti-missile stuff. Although, oh, right, that's a good point. We still don't have the missile radars or active sensors for spotting missiles. That is going to be an issue. No, we won't be able to defend against missiles anyway. Not right now, but that is something that we do need to remember to do sooner rather than later. But we have very limited research capabilities. We also have very limited money capabilities right now by the looks of it. We're getting the slipway there, and that's still going to take a while. How badly are we losing cash right now? Maintenance supplies production is spending quite a bit. Shipyard modifications also quite a bit. But even without that, we are basically losing money with just the construction and research. So we're gonna have to get some more financial centers. Okay, you know what? Financial centers, 100%. How much is each one of these? Okay, it's quite a bit. I'm gonna put 10 at 50%. I'm gonna put this on the top. Up in the queue. And then I'm gonna switch these to 50% each. There we go. So we'll be able to keep expanding our economy a little bit, but also get some of the components ready so we can build more ships and keep on exploring. Okay, there's a lot of researching going on, or surveying going on in there. But let me actually pause for a quick moment and have a look at the vessels. So, logistics reports. Oh wow, you are very low on fuel, my good sir. Why is that? Fleet movement orders. Oh, you are going to refuel already. Good. And how are you dealing in terms of deployment time? You could have a bit of a break there. So, I guess you're not doing too badly in terms of maintenance supplies. But I'm going to resupply you anyway and then begin overhaul. And then logistics report. Oh, the mark or number 3 is very much over the limit there. So you're going to return to the home system, refuel and resupply, and begin overhaul. And this one doesn't fare too. Okay, you're currently at 14 months, so you can stay out a tiny bit longer. Hold on, so there was. Oh, we got the mine and construction factory produced. Right. I'm getting the financial centers. We're at decent speed. Like our total production per year is now 1500 points. So we'll be able to get several financial centers this year already. At least some. I mean, it's already July. And then. Ooh, we are actually in the debt right now. That's not good. It's a good thing that we are producing the financial centers, but that's probably not going to be enough to save us, so... You know what? I'm just going to add in an extra one there. To make sure that we are actually making a decent bit of cash here. Let's actually have a quick look at the annual wealth. So currently is 2700. I'll look at the expenditure, that's 3500. Yeah, I can see why we are losing money. And fast there. I mean, once we have the shipyard modification completed, that's going to be done in October next year. Okay, so that is going to take a while. Right. What about the researchers? There's one that is going to be done next year. That's going to be the end of next year, actually. The box launcher explosion chance. They'll start getting some of... Well, right. The launcher reload rate and then the ghost weaponry. Actually, that reminds me, did we get the... No, the weapon strength is still the same, so we have not gotten particle beam strength. Actually getting it very slowly. Right, I'm using this manual turn now, just to keep a bit better track of things. Because the auto turns tend to be sometimes a bit too fast. Right, so... Found some uranium in one of the asteroids in Moscow. Oh, and it's actually lab because the particle beam researcher retired. Oh, jolly good, and we don't have replacements. You know what, let's just start doing some of the sensor stuff. I think I want to increase the active crowd sensor strength to 12. That's going to be an increase of 20% in the strength, and it will then increase the range that our radars, or new radars that we then design. I'm calling them radars, but they're just active crowd or active sensors. But radars is nicer. And it's easier to say. Right, but we'll get that one. It's going to take a while. But that means that we won't be able to get the weapon upgrades quite yet. But we don't have Crown Combat Researcher anyway, so I suppose it doesn't matter, does it? We should be getting some... Oh, we don't have Planet Governor anymore. Okay, let's fix that one. Also, I wonder if we have... So, okay, populations... Civilian Administrator... I think... Wealth generation might be handy at this point. And then secondary production... Mining and population growth. Someone who has the best combo. And I think it's probably the first one on the list. Already, okay, 59 years old, but it's not too bad. I'll be able to be the governor for a little while. Right, then we probably need to go through the admin commands. Oh yeah, there's basically no admins right now. Right, so we need... Where's Admiral? Are you... You are unassigned, so I'm gonna assign you there. Then I suppose rear admirals would be this. So one of these needs to take over. Who's the... You are basically the youngest. So you got some intelligence, political reliability, some terraforming, and reaction. Well, reaction is good. So I will assign you there. Then Captain rank 1s. So you would be... It's going to be one of these who will not listen to advice. Alright then. Reaction... Any of these have survey? You've got survey. I'll assign you the survey command then. Then, we can utilize some of these for the... Actually, we could go through these if there's anyone good for the fleet training, for example. You got training of 50, 50. I suppose I could also take some from here. You got pretty good training. And survey. Ooh. You're actually very good in many things here. Interesting. We also got some mining. Can I actually assign you to that one instead? Too low rank, okay, that's what I was afraid of. We got the tactical reaction. Okay, I'm gonna set you up to the training fleet actually. We're not training anyone yet, but we will be eventually. Some survey, diplomacy, terraforming. Actually, terraforming is technically part of the production, so you'll be commanding that. You have some terraforming intelligent reaction. Reaction is probably good for the patrols. I'll assign you there, and over here we'll just... Oh, hold on. You were in charge of the fleet, were you? I think you were indeed. I'm gonna have to just reassign you there. Okay, well you at least are unassigned. Got some reaction. Oh, you got production. Okay, maybe you should probably be in the resource acquisition instead. Some reaction. I'm going to put you in the security forces. And okay, you got some surveying, crew training, engineer. Actually, assign you to the main fleet there. You got some reaction. You got some engineering, and best of all, you got political reliability, which actually is pointless, but I feel that that is apt for a Soviet republic. The loyalty to the party comes first. Also, we are probably way over time on this episode, actually, now that I think of it. So, I'll go through these rest of the assignments between the episodes. Other than that, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.